Hello and welcome to a new edition of the Runner Sports Network live streams. Today we got Cal State Bakersfield at Texas Tech. The Runners are in Lubbock. Their first game they lost 17-4. But if we're going to look at positive sides, Devin Wilkes hit a 3-run home run as we get things underway in Lubbock. And it's going to be 2-0 for Jacob May, the sophomore out of San Diego, California. And unfortunately, stats are down for Texas Tech, which is awesome. But the Runners yesterday, they did see some action in the top of the third with Devin Wilkes hitting that 2-run shot and also Evan Cloyd getting an RBI as the third pitch from Pirco is outside. So it's 3-0. It's an early 3-0 for Jacob May. Bakersfield rocking their Cal State Bakersfield blue jerseys. The Red Raiders rocking their red jerseys. It's not shocked by the name. And the 3-0 pitch, that's going to be outside. It's going to be a leadoff walk for the Runners. And the data's still out for Texas Tech. Runners are on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a brutal loss in that St. Mary's game where they went to the 12th inning. But the Runners did show some adversity coming back down 1 in the 9th inning, and they scored 5 runs to get back to tie the game to send the game to extras. And St. Mary's scored 2. The Runners answered back, so they extended that game. So the Runners do show adversity, as it's going to be Evan Cloyd at bat, and his pitch is going to be called a strike. Evan Cloyd, of course, last year the leader of the hit by pitches in the entire NCAA. So Pirco got his strike after 4 straight balls. This is the 0-1 count, the pitch. That's going to be down dead center, 0-2. But offense hasn't been an issue for the Runners besides that game yesterday, having 15 runs in that game against Long Beach State. So looking to add some more runs to their tally on the season here. 0-2 for Cloyd. The pitch from Pirco, that's going to be fouled back. So it's going to stay 0-2. Evan Cloyd, he's a senior. And again, the thing that makes pitchers hit him so much is the way his batting stance is, that he leans into the plate a little bit, and that causes trouble for many pitchers. The pitch, Cloyd's going to foul that into the dirt as CSUB is looking to get a win in Lubbock. It's actually the first series ever, or game ever, besides yesterday, so it'd be the first series ever that the Runners have played against the Red Raiders in baseball. As it's going to be an 0-2, the pitch from Pirco, that's going to be grounded. Potential for a double play. No, May's safe at second, and he out at first, but it was a close play. They might want a review here. So it had a chance to be a double play, but Jacob May, with a great lead off from first, was able to be safe at second, and it looks like Cloyd basically sacrificed himself to send May to second. So it was a productive at-bat for Evan Cloyd, as Pirco is now at 9 pitches. Top of the first from Lubbock, as the stats are still down. Oh, they're up. That's great. So Evan Cloyd was ruled a ground out, a fielder's choice, as that pitch is going to go in the dirt. May's going to go to third. He is. So the Runners are going to have someone on third base. So off that leadoff walk, Jacob May has moved over 2 bases on the last 2 pitches. So now the Runners are in prime position to strike. Yes, it was ruled a ground out for Evan Cloyd. Now it goes to Devin Wilkes, the man who hit the home run yesterday. The 1-0 pitch, that's going to be down 2-0 for Devin Wilkes. And that is, we ruled a wild pitch for Lucas Pirco. The 2-0 pitch to Wilkes. That's going to be high, and that's going to be called a ball. 3-0. Devin Wilkes, the freshman out of Pacifica High School. He's played in every single game for the Runners this season so far. The 3-0 pitch. Runners looking to get another person on base. Oh, he swung at a ball that was low. So they'll make the count 3-1. The Runners got someone on third. Perko's looking a little bit rusty. Texas Tech with the 6-3 record. That pitch is going to be low, and the runners will have someone on first. The Red Raiders with the 6-3 record, their losses coming against really good competition in a tournament. And they were able to get a full 4-game sweep off the University of Albany. So, didn't think I'd be saying the University of Albany today, but Red Raiders got the win against them all 4 times. And for the runners in the future, well, they got tomorrow at 9 a.m. And on Wednesday, they go to Cal Berkeley. So that should be an interesting one, as there's going to be a meeting at the mound. Lucas Perko has 8 balls, 6 strikes, total of 14 pitches. So the runner's almost going to get him to 20 pitches in the first inning. As that bat is going to be Elgin Bennett. Elgin Bennett, of course, in that first game against Southern Indiana, where we streamed it live from this room, actually. He hit that 2-home run game, was able to get the runners some space, some much-needed space, especially in that 9th inning against Southern Indiana. The pitch to Bennett, that's going to be inside for a strike. Elgin Bennett out of Atlanta, Georgia, the senior. This is his second year with CSUB. It's the 0-1 count to Bennett. Perko looking to get out of this mess. The pitch. That's going to be foul. Got good contact on it, though, as the ball boy runs out to go grab it from the outfield fence. 0-2 to Bennett. Now, remember, the runner's in this position because of that leadoff walk, that leadoff 4-pitch walk. Perko's 0-2 pitch. That's going to be high, 1-2. And then the 2-pitch debacle where it was a Evan Cloyd sacrifice sending May to second, and then a wild pitch which sent May to third, all in the span of 2 pitches for Perko. As he goes to check, throws it to first to check on the runner, and he's safe. So 1-2 to Bennett. Elgin Bennett looking to get some runs here for Cal State Bakersfield. The pitch. That's going to be low. 2-2. So even if the runners don't get any runs this inning, the pitch count has been worked up. Now, I don't know the plans for Texas Tech this game, but they certainly are working him in the first inning. The pitch to Bennett, 2-2. That's going to be lined. So the runners are going to get a run on the board in this first inning. Elgin Bennett with another RBI, sending Jacob May to score, and Devin Wilkes is going to move to second. So Cal State Bakersfield, once again in this series, strikes first. And that was just, it looked middle, and Bennett just hits it down the middle. So it's a lot of middles. And the runners get a run on the board. Elgin Bennett has been the guy. At bat for CSUB is going to be Elijah Pelayo. The pitch to Pelayo, that's going to be a strike. Maybe even more damage to be done this inning, as there's only 1 out. But the issue is with the runner on first, could be a double play. The shortstop Pelayo on with a batting average of .316. It's going to be bunted, but that goes foul. So it's going to be a quick 0-2 count. CSUB getting off to a quick start once again. It's all about maintaining it and hoping the pitching can keep up. 0-2 to Pelayo from Perkin. The pitcher's going to take his time here. The pitch. That's going to be swung on. Strike 3. So Perko gets his first K of the night. Of the day. So now it's 2 outs for CSUB with the person on first and second. But Perko has been worked. 22 pitches already. At bat, it's going to be Nick Mascaro, the senior from Orange, California. And he's had a bit of a slow start to this season in terms of how great he was last season, leading the team in on-base percentage and batting average. The first pitch to Mascaro, That's going to be low. Ball one. It's a great opportunity right now. For the runners. The 1-0 pitch. That's going to be skied. And potentially the inning. It is going to be the inning. So CSUB, 1 run as we go to the bottom of the first. Great start for CSUB. We'll be right back. And we're back for the bottom of the first, as it's going to be Shane McAllendon for CSUB. He's from Brownstown, Michigan. Transfer from Oakland. He moved here with head coach Jordan Banfield, who moved from Oakland to CSUB to try to build the program up here, as it's going to be a 1-1. It's going to be to Jesse Rusnick. And the order for Texas Tech is going to be Tracer Lopez, Connor Schaus, Logan Hughes. We'll get to the pitch first. That's going to be outside. 2-1. It's going to be Lincoln Garcia batting 5th, Caden Ferraro batting 6th, Matt Quintanar batting 7th, Davis Rivers batting 8th, and Robin Villanueva batting 9th for the Red Raiders, as it's going to be a 3-1 count to Rusnick. Rusnick with an average of 615 already, which is insane. The 3-1 pitch from McAllendon. The pitch, that's going to be in for a strike, 3-2. That was middle. He contested him there. He was the pitcher for Bakersfield has been the primary pitcher for the runners for Saturdays mostly, as the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be skied left field. It's going to be caught. So there's the first out. Yep, that's going to be the first out, as it's going to be Elgin Bennett getting that out. We look defensively, Elgin Bennett in left, Mascaro in center, May in right field. To be Cloyd at first, Thompson at second, Pelayo shortstop, Cordero third base, and catching is going to be Jorgensen. And of course, the pitcher, McAllendon. At bat for Texas Tech now is going to be Tracer Lopez. The pitch, that's going to be low and away. Be ball one. Tracer Lopez out of Rosebud, Texas, batting .313 on the year. The pitch, that's also going to be skied. That's hit pretty well, and that's going to be in the gap. It's going to be grabbed by Mascaro. He's going to throw it to second, but it's going to be an easy double for Lopez, as that ball was crushed into the gap between left and center field. So right now, if you're Shane, just relax. Don't let things get out of hand, because yesterday it got quickly out of hand with 17 runs. And if we do hit that point again, there's a chance that we could all go home early, as the game would end in the 7th inning. And that was a good cutoff play from Mascaro, but that was just better offense for Tracer Lopez. At bat's going to be Connor Schaus. That's going to be in for a strike. But now Texas Tech primed for getting a run on the board. Runners got one run on one hit and left two on base in that top of the first, as that pitch is going to be fouled, as it looks sunny in Lubbock today. It's been unusually hot around the entire country. It's going to be 0-2 for Schaus. The pitch from McAllendon. The pitch, that's going to be outside, 1-2. Last season, McAllendon had a 1-7 record, pitching 60.2 innings, giving up 20 walks and 26 strikeouts with a 5.93 ERA. So he's looking to better it off from last season. As the pitch from McAllendon, that's going to go outside, 2-2. For Connor Schaus, looking to get runs on the board for the Red Raiders. The 2-2 pitch, McAllendon has 12 already. The pitch, that's going to be grounded. Oh, it's going to be a tough play because the ball died. But it's going to be a great play by Pelayo, getting it to Cloyd for that second out. But the Red Raiders move someone to third. They move Rusinek to third. But what a tight play. And recently, CSUB has been struggling with that infield defense. So it was great to see a close play actually go their way. It's going to be Logan Hughes up for Texas Tech, batting at .364 with 3 home runs and 18 RBIs on the year already. The most McAllendon has gone this season is 4 innings pitched. Apologies. This is going to be 0-1. Red Raiders looking to equalize here. The pitch from McAllendon, that's going to be in the zone for strike 2. Potential to strike quickly and get this inning over with in 3 pitches. But you just don't want to be too aggressive because the ball could be crushed. The pitch, that's going to be outside, uplift to his sides for some weird reason. But it's outside, so it's going to be 1-2 on this very important play, especially in the first inning. That looked like a great piece of framing from Jorgensen, but doesn't go their way. As the 1-2 pitch is going to be skied to Mascaro in center field near the Texas Tech logo, and that'll end the inning. McAllen gets out of it. Texas Tech leaves 1 on third base. We'll be right back. We're back for the second inning as we reach the top of the second. At bat for the runners is going to be Brendan Thompson, and it's going to be a 1-0 count. This second pitch is going to be in for a strike. Pirco gets it 1-1. Defensively for the Texas Tech Red Raiders, it's going to be in left field, Log Hughes, Jesse Rissenek in center, Ferraro in right. It's going to be Villanueva at first with Lopez at second, as that third pitch is going to be a strike, so it's going to be 1-2. Garcia at shortstop with Schaus at third, and catching for the Red Raiders is going to be Quintanar. It's going to be a 1-2 count to Brendan Thompson. The pitch, that's going to be grounded foul. So it's going to stay 1-2. That inning for the Red Raiders at the bottom of the first, ending in a pop fly. Primed to strike with a person on third, but McAllendon was able to get out of it. The 1-2 pitch. That's going to be grounded to second. It's going to be thrown to first, and it's going to be a quick first out for Red Raiders. Now going to bat for CSUB is going to be Carter Jorgensen. As it's beautiful day in Lubbock, Texas over there. 80 degrees with hardly any wind. So the ball might not carry a lot. As the ump clears the base of any dirt. Got to keep that clean. It's going to be Carter Jorgensen, the catcher for CSUB. The pitch. That's going to be up and out of the zone for a ball. Carter Jorgensen has one strikeout on the year. Has yet to get on base because he has an average of 0. The pitch, that's going to be grounded to the shortstop, thrown to first, and a great pick by Villanueva to get the second out. So it's definitely a more productive inning in terms of defense for Texas Tech, as they've gotten 2 quick outs. And it's great for Pirco, especially if you're looking at the pitch count. Now about to be Carlos Cordero for CSUB. Carlos out of Venezuela. It's his first year with CSUB. The junior transferring to Cal State Bakersfield, batting 182. The pitch to Carlos is going to be fouled back. Carlos has 2 hits on the year with 1 RBI. But he has 2 Ks, but he's able to get 2 stolen bases. So, especially Jordan Banfield, who wants their mentality to be being quick, stolen bases is going to be big for the squad. The pitch to Carlos Cordero is going to be called for a strike down the middle. Lucas really testing Carlos. The 0-2 count. This could be a quick inning for CSUB. And that's going to be right down the middle. Yep, it goes middle. CSUB gets no runs on no hits, and that'll be it for the top of the second. We'll be right back for the bottom. We're back for the bottom of the second. McAllen on the mound for the runners. That first pitch is going to be a strike to Lincoln Garcia. For CSUB, especially in these games against the big schools, as the second pitch is going to be fouled off. I feel like for every athletics department, it's honestly the same kind of mindset going into these games where it's not, obviously, of course, we always want to win. However, we can also grow from the moments being these big schools, as that pitch is going to be just outside. It's going to be 1-2. For example, talking with the basketball team, they went on to play some pretty big schools, and it's not really about winning the game. It's about showing people who you are, especially on a platform that big as it's going to be outside 2-2. So it's not really going to win the game, although it's what the team wants to do. It's also just showing people who Cal State Bakersfield is. And that's what's important in these games. As the 2-2 pitch, it's going to be grounded. It's going to be a play from McAllen. He barehanded it. Oh, and he just threw it away from Evan Cloyd. Should have just held on to it. It's going to be extra bases. It's going to be an error for McAllen. Yep. It's going to be an error for McAllen. He already has 12 on the season, so there's another one. So make it 13. As it was a play, that was a dead ground ball to the left side of home plate. McAllen barehanded it and just forced it to first. It was way off of Evan Cloyd. So it's going to be an early double for Texas Tech. And again, just weather the storm in these situations. At bat is going to be Caden Ferraro for Texas Tech. The pitch. That's going to be up for a ball. Ferraro out of Pearland, Texas, batting .263 on the year. Ferraro with 5 hits, 6 runs on the season already. As the pitch is going to be fouled back 1-1. 19 at-bats with 5 hits. He has 4 Ks, 7 walks, and 1 hit by pitch. Looking at another hit to his tally. So 1-1. Gallandon with 24 pitches for CSUB. The pitch. That's going to be outside 2-1. It's going to be 2-1. Ferraro playing right field for CSUB. Ferraro with 4 RBIs. The pitch. That's going to be skied. That's going to be skied. Foul. 2-2. We're actually going to take a quick commercial break. So we'll be right back. We'll be right back. We're back. Apologies. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty issue. So, the screen in the back. It's kind of glaring. I don't know. Texas Tech was able to tie the game on an infield single. So they're equalized this game. It's going to be a 1-1 to Davis Rivers. They got a guy on first and second. And it was going to be a great play from Pelayo. Was able to get it. Sliding stop. But he couldn't handle the ball. It's going to be in for a strike 1 and 2 from McAllendon. But again, I'm going to say this a lot, especially if Texas Tech gets a lot of runners on base. Just about weathering that storm, making sure that another thing that happened yesterday, which was 17 runs, doesn't happen today. I don't even think the scoreboard can support it. If that's going to be grounded to third, thrown to second, he's going to be out. But they move a guy to third. So it was a sacrifice kind of for Davis Rivers, although he stays safe at first. And there might be a review about it. And they're going to have a little conference about it. So, while they have their conference, we'll go take another commercial break. We'll be right back. We're back as we're gonna wait for the call. It was a close play at second, but we're gonna wait for what the umpires see, and they confirm it. So it's gonna be out. So that's gonna be a critical first out, especially since it's opened up a double play as they have a guy on first, and it was gonna be ruled a fielder's choice, moving Ferraro to third. Matt's gonna be out at second with Quintanar. Yeah. Quintanar's out at second. The pitch to Villeneuve. Robin Villeneuve, 33 at bats on the year, out of Gatineau, Quebec. So he's from Canada. The 1-0 pitch from McAllendon. That's going to be in the zone for strike one. It's 1-1. Villeneuve has 10 hits on the year with 7 runs, 7 RBIs. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Potentially add more RBIs on his season's tally. The pitch. That's going to be fouled into the net. 1-2. So he got a nice ballpark in Lubbock. However, my only complaint is there's hardly any shade. Looks like people are getting sunburnt out there. The 1-2 pitch from McAllendon to Villeneuve. It's going to be the 35th, well now the 36th pitch from McAllendon. The pitch. That's going to be just outside the zone. I mean just outside. This much. 2-2. McAllendon a little puzzled by that call. It was a close call. But it's going to stay 2-2 to Villeneuve. The pitch. That's going to be in the zone. They call it a ball. Now, that was Jorgensen trying to frame it. But that looked pretty middle. So now it moves to a 3-2 count in this pivotal game. The pitch. It's going to be skied back foul. It's a pivotal pitch. Well, it could be pitches coming up, especially if he keeps fouling balls off like that. Villeneuve looking to get the Red Raiders in the lead. That first run coming off a single in this inning. The 3-2 pitch. It's going to be fouled back again. And that's why I said a couple of pitches, because in baseball, you never know. McAllendon having a 12.86 ERA on the season, which is pretty normal in college, actually, especially with the amount of runs that happen. So far, the runners have 1 hit, and the Red Raiders having 4, as that's going to be strike 3, and going to second. Ooh, okay. So that was strike 3, gets the second out, and Rivers tried to steal second, and Jorgensen got a great throw out there. And when Davis Rivers slid, he came off the bag, and now they decided that Jorgensen caught him stealing. So that might end the inning. I'm waiting for confirmation. I'll be really interested to see how they rule this play, because it's interesting. Yeah, it's going to be the end of the second. CSUB catches him stealing. We'll be right back. And we're back for the top of the third off an insane ending double play where it was a strikeout and then a stealer caught stealing. As it's going to be 3-0 to Jacob May now. And I don't know. This is the second time that Perko has started off Jacob May with 3-0 counts on 3 pitches. May looking to get on base again. The pitch, that's going to be inside. Gets his first strike on May in the entire game. Top of the third. And I didn't go through the batting order, so I'll go through it after this pitch. 3-1 to May. That's going to be high, and that goes off the catcher's mitt. So May is going to have a second walk of the day. Batting second is going to be Evan Cloyd. Batting third, Devin Wilkes. Batting fourth, Elgin Bennett. Fifth, Elijah Palayo. Sixth, Nick Mascaro. Seventh, Brandon Thompson. Eighth, Carter Jorgensen. And ninth, Carlos Cordero. So at bats right now is going to be Evan Cloyd, batting .333 on the year, with an on-base percentage of .381. It's going to be 40th pitch for Perko. It's going to be inside. It's going to be a strike. Team hitting summary. It's going to be CSUB having 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, leaving 1 on. And they've been hitting 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. That's going to be hit right to the right fielder. Ferraro's got it. May's going to go back to first. 1 out for CSUB. Flying out on that 0-1 pitch. At bat next is going to be Devin Wilkes, the freshman. Had a walk earlier, so his tally's at 0 hits for today, with 0 plate appearances because of the walks. The walks don't tally up that. And going back to the hitting summary, the runner's getting 1 hit as Cloyd's going to get caught stealing by a mile. Apologies, May's going to get caught stealing by a mile. That's a quick 2 outs for CSUB. They might want to review that, potentially. As we look and, oh my, just paid attention to their field. That looks like an awful field. A lot of turf burn probably. They might appeal the play at second. Looks like he got his hand on there before the glove, but it's a tough angle. And we might potentially go to review. We are going to go to a review. So the umpires will review it to see if there's going to be a second out. We'll be right back. All right. We're back. Sorry. Awful countdown. I got a 1. So we're back. It's an 0-1 count. Producer doing me dirty. And that's going to be fouled back 0 for 2 for Wilkes, who started the inning started his at bat with a runner on first. But May got caught stealing. Call gets confirmed, and it's going to be a pretty tough situation for the runners. It's going to be 0-2. He's going to be struck out swinging. So we just got back from commercial break, and we're going to go back to it. So we'll be right back. Runners getting no hits, 1 walk. We're back for the bottom of the third. At bat's going to be Jesse Rusinek. Game's still tied 1-1. But this is where Texas Tech, pranced on the runners, scoring 6, if I'm not mistaken. The pitch is going to be skied to left. Elgin Bennett's got it. It's going to be an easy fly out. So that's going to bring up Tracer Lopez. Rusinek now 0 for 2 on the day, but his average still a 533, which is a great average. But if you look at CSUB, their hitting total still at a 1 for 9. Texas Tech at a 4 for 10, so they're basically 40? Yeah, the math's right. 40? 40. The pitch, that's going to be fouled into the net. Their net stretches long. Lopez 1 for 1 with a double. It's going to be the pitch. That's going to be high and out. Yep, 1-1 for Tracer Lopez. Yes, Texas Tech scoring 6 runs in that third, scoring 4 in that 5th inning. The 4 in the 4th inning, actually. It's the pitch. It's going to go foul, 1-2. In that 5th inning, they scored 7 runs. And then the runners held them without any runs for the rest of the day. But it's getting 17 runs to the runners' 4. It's definitely something you don't want happening often. Is the pitch. It's going to go foul again for Lopez. Lopez battling against McAllendon, which is now on his 47th pitch. Yes, he's on his 47th pitch. CSUB looking to get another scoreless inning, as we're about to reach the hour mark of this game. The 1-2 pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Yes. May's going to get his glove on it, but it's going to be a single to right center for Lopez, so he's now 2 for 2. But, again, prime territory for that double play. As the runners looking to, again, limit that damage because they're going to get hits. Yep. Texas Tech now 5 for 11 on the day so far. As now up's going to be Schaus, the third baseman for Texas Tech. The first pitch from McAllendon, that's going to be grounded. Potential for 2. Goes to second for 1. To first. In time. The inning's over that quick. CSUB gives up a hit, but they don't allow any runs. Potentially, we're seeing the umps might talk about it. Now we got to see this. CSUB, again, their only hit coming off an Elgin Bennett single, which sent a runner home in that top of the first. Umps having a conference about it. And they're going to check it. So we'll go to a commercial timeout, and the inning's not over yet. So we'll be right back. So the call is going to be confirmed. The runner is going to be out. I think it was a matter of, was it clear and concise? And it clearly wasn't. So CSUB gets out of it with that inning any double play. We'll be right back for the top of the fourth. And we're back for the top of the fourth as Elgin Bennett's going to sky one deep right. And it's going to be caught by Ferrara. Apologies. I got my hopes up right there. I thought it was a home run. Apologies, producer. Top of the fourth, one out. It was a quick out for Elgin Bennett. Now at the plate's going to be Elijah Pelayo. That ball was skied. I mean, if there was any wind, any remnants of wind in Texas, maybe it's gone. But Texas is boring. So it's the top of the fourth. Elijah Pelayo, 0-1. The pitch to Pelayo is going to be outside for ball one. Lucas Pirco still staying in for Texas Tech. Pirco with 3.1 innings pitched already, having 3 Ks. The pitch, that's going to be low, 2-0. Elijah Pelayo struck out on 3 pitches in that first at-bat. This is going to be 2-0 pitch to Pelayo. It's going to be skied to right. Just foul. Yeah, just foul. Ferraro was trying to get a beat on it. Wasn't able to. So now the count's 2-1. As Pelayo thought I was potentially going to go into play. He was going to get potentially a double, maybe even a triple out of that. But just go to the batter's box. Pirco eyeing up Pelayo. Pelayo, 5th in the order for Cal State Bakersfield. The pitch to him, that's going to be a strike. So from 2-0 to 2-2. It's even now. Pirco's 2-2 pitch. That's going to be hit to left field. Hughes has got it. So that's an easy out for Hughes. As Pirco's at his 50th pitch. Now at bat for CSUB. He's going to bring it up. Nick Mascaro. In this top of the fourth where there's been really 2 quick outs in terms of Elgin Bennett's sky. It was so quick that the ESPN score bug hadn't even popped up yet. And then Elijah Pelayo lining out to left field. The pitch, that's going to be high for ball one. Nick Mascaro in the year with 4 hits, 3 runs, 5 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch from Pirco. The pitch is Gonna be in for strike one. It's a great breaking pitch. As it's been I'd say relatively quick. Don't want to jinx it. Relatively quick start to the game. It's 1 hour. And it's going to be lined. No, grounded out to second. Throws it to first. Texas Tech's got it. That's going to do the top of the fourth. Runners go 1, 2, 3. We'll be back for the bottom. And we're back for the bottom of the fourth after a quick 1, 2, 3 inning in the top. McAllenden's pitch is going to be hit to center. Play for Mascaro. No, but it was a great sliding play to stop the ball. But he's still going to go to second. And that ball is going to get away from Thompson. It's going to be a double for Hughes off that second pitch. Are they going to review this? They can't. The ball literally came out. The ump's coming towards center. That ball almost on the left side of the plate. Great cutoff by Mascaro, although that's really risky, especially if the ball trickles past you because now you need a left fielder to come in, and that brings up the potential for that inside the park home run. But it was a great play to stop the ball by the center fielder, but it wasn't able to get it to second as that first pitch to Garcia is going to be outside, 1-0. Lincoln Garcia, 1 for 1 with the single and also scoring in this game, the only run for Texas Tech. The 1-0. Grounded. To throw to first for 1 out. Yeah, throwing to first for 1 out, but moves the runner to third with now it's the potential of having a sacrifice fly. Especially if you want to keep this game tied. So now it's going to be Caden Ferraro for Texas Tech. Looking to give the Red Raiders the lead. Caden Ferraro today with a single. Bringing in a runner. So that's the RBI single. The pitch to him is going to be low. Good play by the catcher to not let it slip by. That could have been bad. So Hughes at third. Ferraro batting. CSUB again in this situation where they just got to hold on. The pitch to Ferraro. Foul fouled back. So now it's going to be 1-1. McAllen on his 55th pitch. Today, allowing 6 hits and having 1 strikeout. Giving up 2 doubles today. The 1-1 pitch to Ferraro. That's going to be in the zone for strike 2. 1-2 the count for Ferraro. Ferraro on the year with 5 RBIs. So he could make his 6th RBI right here. The 1-2 count. This is crucial, especially trying to avoid that sacrifice. The pitch. That's going to be sky to center. This could be out of the park, but it's dropped by Mascaro, so it's going to bring in a run. And it's going to be a double for Ferraro. And it was going to be a difficult play from the start because that was hit pretty well. And the ball was in Mascaro's glove, but he just couldn't hold on to it, making a leaping effort into the right center field fence. Yeah, just the issue of tracking it, and that's what happens with the sun. So that's going to bring in a run for Texas Tech. And if you're McAllen, then nothing you could do about that. Yeah. Just bad. Not even bad defending, just bad luck. That's going to be skied towards Evan Cloyd's side, and Quintanar is going to be out. So they could keep the damage to 1. Potential to. 58 pitches for McAllen. Yep, Quintanar fouling off into the first base side. Cloyd grabbing that pop fly. Was able to get the second out in 1 pitch. So now at bat's going to be Davis Rivers coming to the plate. Rivers caught stealing earlier in the 2nd inning where Texas Tech had runners in position to score. That first ball is going to be outside 1-0. Rivers batting .500 on the year so far. 8 RBIs. The pitch. It's going to be fouled off 1-1. Texas Tech not getting a lot of swinging strikes. They have the ball. They're tracking the ball pretty well. It's going to be the 61st pitch for McAllen as CSUB tries to keep the damage to 1. The pitch. It's going to be outside. 2-1. Davis Rivers with the opportunity to extend the lead and give the Red Raiders their 9th hit. CSUB still with only 1. That pitch is going to be hit hard, deep, and it's going to be off the wall, so it's going to bring in another run. Rivers is probably going to have an RBI. Does have an RBI double. So back-to-back RBI doubles for the Red Raiders as they extend their lead 3-1 here at the bottom of the 4th. This will be a great piece of hitting for Rivers. That ball did look like it was favoring towards Rivers' side, especially since he bats lefty, so favored the right side of the plate. And it was off the wall. Potentially could have been out of the ballpark, but luckily enough, it's off the wall. So CSUB was pretty close to a 4-1 deficit, but right now it's 3-1 as Villeneuve is up for the Red Raiders. That pitch is going to be in for a strike at the top of the zone. This is the 63rd pitch from Shane McAllen with an ERA of 12.05 now. Villeneuve is 0 for 1. And McAllen threw the ball to check on Rivers, and the ball bounced off of Rivers. So Thompson's got to be more wary of potential pickoffs. This is the bottom of the 4th. Texas Tech up 3-1 against the Roadrunners. The pitch. That's going to be foul. Quick 0-2 count. Yeah, it's ruled Davis Rivers Right center RBI double for RO scoring, which gives Texas Tech their 8th hit of the night, well, the day. And that's going to be in the dirt. Potential for Rivers to go to third, but he doesn't. Jorgensen caught Rivers before. He could do it again. The score is 1-3. CSUB trying to get out of it, as they've been constantly attacked when it comes to defense from Texas Tech. So they've been lucky to hold on to that 1-1 lead. But now the dam broke a little bit, as that ball is going to be high, 2-2. And McAllenden's pitch count is rising up. It's about to reach 70. So in that third, there was no runs, and in this fourth, 2 runs for Texas Tech. That ball is going to be fouled off. 67th pitch for McAllenden. Now the 68th. With 2 outs, so close to trying to get to the dugout, but against good schools, so close sometimes still feels really far. The pitch. That's going to be fouled off once again. Not into the crowd, into the track field that they have next to the baseball stadium. It's a 2-2 count. And remember, this count was 0-2, so this is a great piece of at-bat. It's a great at-bat for Villeneuve. He's got a good batter's eye. The 2-2 pitch, it's going to be outside, 3-2. And again, it's just hold on. Hold on. Bottom of the fourth. Texas Tech with guy on second. 2 outs. That looked like it could have been framed in the zone, but ump doesn't fall for it. So a very crucial 3-2 pitch. Ball is going to be grounded up to second, thrown to Cloyd, and that's going to end the inning. Texas Tech getting 3 hits, getting 2 runs. They now lead 3-1. We'll be right back for the top of the 5th. We're back for the top of the 5th. CSUB giving up 2 runs in that bottom of the 4th. At bat, it's going to be Brendan Thompson. 0 for 1 on the day. Batting .222 for the runners. It's going to be a swinging strike, so it's going to make the count 0-2. Still on the mound is going to be Perko, Lucas Perko. But, I mean, in terms of right now, CSUB is still in this game. The pitch from Perko. We got a fast twitch on that one. That's going to be outside 1-2. Top of the fifth for the runners. Perko's 57th pitch to Thompson is going to be skied. Foul. Yep, into that track field once again. Now, I'm going to do some background research because why is there a track field next to a baseball stadium? I mean, it could be campus restraint. I don't know. Maybe that's how they are in Texas, in Lubbock especially. The 1-2 pitch. It's going to be high, 2-2. Runners still only have one hit on the day. That hit coming from Elgin Bennett in the top of the first. The 2-2. That's going to be grounded to third. Thrown to first. He's going to be safe. He's going to be safe. Villanueva had to jump off the bag. And Thompson's speed allowed him to be safe because it was almost synced. Villanueva had to jump, and Thompson was able to get his foot down before the first baseman could land. So that's I don't know what we rule that. It's going to be called an error by Schaus. So CSUB getting one runner on base quickly. Potential to do some damage. As Carter Jurensen is at bat. The pitch, it's going to be fouled off to the right side. That went into the net. So at least the track field didn't get any. Jurensen still 0 for 1 today with the ground out. He is yet to get a hit. Right now would be a perfect time. And is going to check on Thompson. Thompson slides back. He's safe. 0-1 to Jorgensen. Jorgensen looking for that first hit of the year. Especially in a moment like this. It'd be big. That pitch is going to be hit into left field. There's that first hit. It's going to have people on first and second now. So a quick start for CSUB off that error. And if you think about it, it's been run off of mistakes from Texas Tech in that first inning. May getting to first off a 4-pitch walk, and then Cloyd with the sacrifice, then a wild pitch sending May to third, and then that Elgin Bennett hit sending May home. So it's a big spot here, especially for the bottom of the lineup. He doesn't really potentially do this. You're going to have a conference with Perko. Yeah, they are going to have a conference with him. And we'll actually take a quick commercial break while they do this conference. We'll be right back. And we're back. Carlos Cordero's going to be at bat, the ninth hitter for CSUB. Carter Jorgensen getting a single. And then Brendan Thompson reaching on a throwing error. So it's a quick start. It looks like it's going to be a bunt. Cordero gets it down. It's a great bunt. Oh! He's going to be out at first, but the runners advance. So it's going to be second and third for CSUB. And there was a little hesitation between the pitcher and the catcher on that play. It looked as if both of them ran away from the ball for a quick second and then realized, I got to throw this to first. So now it's going to be it's going to be Jacob May at bat, and he's reached both times when he's come to the plate off of walks. It's just a great piece of bunting by Cordero. May's going to get that first pitch. The pitch. It's going to be low, but swinging strike. Strike one. May with 2 walks in this. Again, scoring that run in that first inning. So CSUB getting runners on. Looking to answer back in the top of the 5th. The 0-1 to May. That's going to be a swinging strike as well. Looked like the same pitch back to back. Maybe a little bit more to the right than the first one. Now it's 0-2. So Perko definitely found the strike zone when it comes to pitching against May. This is going to be Perko's 65th pitch. It's going to be outside, 1-2. Jorison getting that second hit for CSUB on the day. But May, big opportunity to get runners to score. The 1-2. And he struck him out. Swinging. Potentially foul? No, they're going to call it a strikeout. So May goes out swinging. That'll be the first out of the inning. The second out of the inning. That'll be the second out of the inning. But Evan Cloyd's at bat. And he could be a problem. Cloyd having 10 RBIs on the year. And the CSUB dugout wants to check. Potentially to see if there's maybe a foul tip on that. But the ump says let's continue. So here's Evan Cloyd. The pitch to Cloyd, that's going to be outside, 1-0. Big spot here. It would really hurt if they can't get any runs off of this. Evan Cloyd, the first baseman. That's sacrifice in the first. The pitch, it's going to be Yao. It's going to be low. 2-0. It's going to be 2-0 for CSUB. And here at the top of the 5th, game cruising along. The pitch, it's going to be lined, and it's going to be fair. So it's going to bring in 2 runs. CSUB is going to tie this game. Cloyd's going to end up at second. He is going to end up at second. Cloyd getting that RBI. Great piece of hitting. It goes over Schaus's glove at third. And it goes into left field, leaving time for the runners to score 2 runs. And now this game is tied. Unreal inning for CSUB. They started off quick. Had a little bit of a hiccup with the 2 outs, but Evan Cloyd is showing why he's a problem. Ooh, and they're checking. No, they're not. That was just an unnecessary camera angle by ESPN. As it's going to be Devin Wilkes at bat. He strikes. Got a swinging strike on that low pitch. But, again, the important part, CSUB hanging in there. 3-3 runners. And the Red Raiders all even. The pitch to Wilkes, that's going to be outside, 1-1. Wilkes could get an RBI here. The 1-1 pitch here in the top of the 5th. CSUB getting 2 runs. The pitch, that's going to be lined to first. Great play by Villanueva. CSUB getting 2 hits, getting 2 runs. And they were pivotal. This game is tied as we head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. We're back for the bottom of the fifth, and it, it looks like Jorson took a foul ball off the gear or something. Yeah, he did. But it's all right. As they get the whole situation figured out, we're going to start this bottom of the fifth. McAllenden's still on the mound for the runners. These are just 70 pitches. It's going to be a fair ball. Gets past Cloyd, and it's going to be in the gap in right field. So again, Texas Tech, quick double. So right when CSUB answers to them, Texas Tech says, I could hit the ball too. Quick double for the Red Raiders. As Jesse Rusinek gets on the base for the first time today. Now Tracer Lopez looking to make it 3 for 3, and if he does do that, potentially can get in a run for the Red Raiders. As McAllenden's about to hit his 72nd pitch. But it's been all positives if you think about it in terms of CSUB hanging in with a big school. As they're going to do a pickoff attempt and be safe. Try to catch him stealing. So now, Tracer Lopez looking to make it 3 for 3 today. The pitch from McAllenden. That's going to be grounded. What a play by the second baseman. Throws it to Cloyd, but that's going to advance the runner to third. But it could have been potentially worse if it wasn't for that amazing play by Brendan Thompson. Unreal. That could have brought in a run already. But with the runner on third now, again, opens up that possibility for that sacrifice. It's Connor Schaus is at the plate. It's 0 for 2 today and grounded into a double play in his latest at-bat. He has 2 home runs on the year, though. The pitch to Schaus, that's going to be outside 1-0. And I'm starting to wonder when the bullpen is going to start to warm up for both of these teams, because McAllenden in there for his 74th pitch, is that's going to be called a ball. I mean, there's only so much these pitchers can throw. So as we're about to reach pitch 75 on the 2-0. Schaus looking to get the runner to advance. The pitch from McAllenden, that's going to be fouled to the side. Makes the count 2-1. McAllenden with 4 and a third pitched innings, giving up 9 hits, only 3 runs, but he has 3 errors, which adds to his tally of what was 12, now 15 errors on the year. As that pitch is going to be hit, foul. So 2-2. Schaus getting good contact, but if you're McAllenden, this is a big pitch, especially if you want to avoid having the sacrifice come into play. So here it is, the 2-2. McAllenden checking his notes. The 2-2 pitch to Schaus. That's going to be hit, and it's going to be a single. So Texas Tech gets right back on the board. Getting back in the lead. Now it's a 4-3 ball game. Schaus singling. So that's his first hit of the day. And with that, it only leaves one Red Raider to not have a hit in this game. Again, a great piece of hitting by Schaus to be able to get lift on it, but also not too much where the right fielder could have caught it. And he just stayed at first. Now Logan Hughes is at bat, and he's going to rip it, and that's going to be into the gap. So this could bring in another run. And it's just going to be a double. No run's going to score. So it's going to be Red Raiders on second and third. And he just hit the dab. He's going to act like that didn't happen. They're going to have people on second and third with 1 out. So trouble's looming. And McAllenden is going to stay out there. Red Raiders having a run in every inning except for the first and the third. At bat's going to be Lincoln Garcia. with two people on in running, two people in scoring position. There we go. So this is a big spot to avoid even more damage. The pitch. That's going to be hit in the left, and it's going to drop. It might bring in two. It is going to bring in two. So Texas Tech has a 2-run lead. Now it's a 3-run lead, making it 6-3. CSUB needs to get out of this inning and quick. McAllen out 80 pitches already. And I don't know if there's a roadrunner warming up in the bullpen. There is a roadrunner warming up in the bullpen. Because it's starting to look like McAllen's day could start coming to an end. But it wasn't a bad showing. Able to get through 5. But he's going to stay out there. The pitch to Texas Tech, that's going to be fouled. That was a pitch to Ferraro. Bottom of the 5th. 1 out. All this damage has been done with 1 out. And Ferraro's 2 for 2 with a double and a single, bringing in 2 RBIs and scoring himself. And that pitch to Ferraro is going to be outside, 1-1. 82nd pitch from McAllen. Starting to question if he could hang on so much. It's a lot of work. The 1-1. That's going to be outside, 2-1. Just needs to get that sense of command back. Seems to have lost them a little bit. And the Red Raiders are getting great contact off of it. They're absolutely crushing these balls into the outfield. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. The story of this inning has been Texas Tech getting off to a red-hot start with the double. And it seems like in every inning they've gotten off to a quick start. The 3-1 pitch. The 85th, it's going to be outside. It's going to be a walk. So now there's going to be Red Raiders on first and second. CSUB needing to hold on. It's going to be Garcia moving to second. Caden Ferraro going to first. It's going to be Quintanar batting for Texas Tech. Quintanar 1 for 2 on the day. And there's going to be a conference with the pitcher. So with that, we'll take a quick commercial timeout as they talk. We'll be right back. And we're back for the bottom of the fifth, and it was a quick, well, not really quick, pitching change. Dante Jackson's in for CSUB. Got to limit that damage to 3, and that ball's going to be in the dirt, and it hits him, so it's going to be bases loaded. It's slipping. It's slipping away pretty quickly. Bases loaded for the Red Raiders. Now, boy, would it be a great time for an inning-ending double play. It would. It would be great. Bottom of the fifth. Jackson's on his second pitch, but already hit somebody. So, 50% chance, if we think about the math, that he hit somebody again. And that ball's going to be outside 1-0. Dante Jackson's second year here at CSUB as well. The 1-0 pitch to Davis Rivers. That's way inside. 2-0. Now it's a little bit of a struggle with command here. You got to get things settled down. As there's a great look of the Texas Tech ballpark. No outfield seats, which is kind of surprising, but I don't think any college has outfield seats. That ball is going to be in for a strike. That one a little questionable as it looked outside. 2-1. Got to get out of this with only 3 runs. With a 3-run deficit. If it gets worse than this, it might get ugly. The pitch. That's going to also be in there for a strike. Makes it 2-2. Jackson. Potential to end this inning and leave bases loaded stranded would be big for the runners. The pitch. Oh, that's outside. Barely. 3-2. Last thing you want to do is walk a runner here. You can't have a runner be walked right now. 3-2 to Rivers. And he walked the runner. So that's going to give an extra run for Texas Tech. They're going to extend their lead to 4 runs, making the score 7-3. And trouble is still there. Jackson did battle back in that at bat, though, being down 2-0, getting back to a 2-2, but the ball just could not find the plate. So now it's going to be Villanueva, the only Texas Tech player without a hit. The pitch to Villanueva from Jackson, who has 1 hit already. And he has another hit. So that's going to bring in another run, making the score 8-3. And Jackson already has 2 people that have gotten hit by pitches. And that was right at Villanueva. So Ferraro is going to score from third. Villanueva still hitless for Texas Tech. And it's getting ugly. And CSUB needs to get a control of it pretty quickly. At bat's going to be Jesse Rusinek. And they're going to have a conference with Jackson because he has a little lack of command. So they'll go. And it's going to be a pitching change potentially. Yeah, it is going to be a pitching change. So we'll be right back. And we're back as the pitching change goes in. Saul Bolivar is going to pitch for CSUB. They need to avoid the run rule today, I say. The run rule ends the game early. So, bottom of the fifth, Saul Bolivar getting a strike. That next pitch is going to be high. As you can see, got a nice little snack, nice little change ring. A little bit of healthy stuff to keep me going through this game. Texas Tech leading 8-5, as I see on the little monitor right there. The pitch, that's going to be high 2-1. Still 1 out. I just saw that. Paying attention. Need a double play here to end this fifth because it's been a long fifth inning for sure. Red Raiders scoring 5. The pitch. That's going to be hit in the right field, and the damage gets worse. As it's going to bring in 2 runs. Yeah, brings in 2 runs. Texas Tech now leading 9-3. Saul Bolivar giving up a hit on his first hitter he faces. And that was a 90-mile-an-hour pitch. So they only score 2. Villanueva moves to second base. And the bases are still loaded. So it only scores 1, actually. So that first pitch is high. 1-0. Bolivar this season pitching 3 innings, giving up 5 hits and 4 runs. Having 4 errors in these 3 innings he's pitched. Only 1 strikeout. He's given up a home run and a double. And that's going to be skied. And it's going to drop. So even more runs come in for Texas Tech. Those home, Cloyd picks it off. Texas Tech scores 2 more, making the lead 11-3. This game has gotten out of hand pretty quick. 8 runs scored for Texas Tech in this bottom of the fifth. So we're about to reach the 2-hour mark of this game. And that pitch again, just inside a little bit too much, and not a lot of contact on it, but it just flared into right field. Now at bat's going to be Schaus. That first pitch is called a strike. And this is what we call a let's just get out of this batter. So now man on third and first for Texas Tech. And Schaus hits one high, deep. That's gone. The score is 14-3. There has been 11 runs in this single inning. And I'm not really shocked by it. Once it got to the bullpen, I mean, trouble was brewing. So, hey, the number fits on the scoreboard. That's good. As it's 14-3 Texas Tech. Schaus is going to celebrate with his teammates in the dugout. And I don't even want to imagine CSUB's dugout at this moment. It's not very fun. That ball was just crushed. No reaction at all by the outfielders. They knew it was gone. So now that the bases have cleared and Texas Tech has scored 11 runs in this bottom of the fifth, Logan Hughes is up to bat as they now have an 11-run lead. It's crazy to think this game was 3-3. The pitch to Hughes, that's going to be swinging strike. 0-2. Bolivar just looking to get out of it. Great experience for him, especially heading into conference play. The pitch, it's going to be fouled back. 0-2 still. Schaus with his 3rd home run of the season, bringing in 3 RBIs. Just a crazy inning. As Hughes is going to sky that towards center. Going to be a makeable play. That just gives us our second out. Our second out of the inning. It's hard to believe all of that happened with 1 out. 11 runs with 1 out. So now it's Lincoln Garcia for Texas Tech up at the plate. And yesterday, Texas Tech scored 6, 4, and 7 in their respective innings where they scored 17 runs. Texas Tech scoring 1, 2, and 11. So the offense, well, I don't even know if you can use the word exploded. Exploded isn't really a good word for it. Combusted. That's the word. As that's going to be grounded to second, thrown to Cloyd for the first, and that's going to do the inning. I would go through the summary, but it's going to be a while, so I think I'll take a nice little break. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th. And we're back for the top of the 6th. Elgin Bennett at bat. Right now, if results hold, this game could be over in 30 minutes. Potentially. If the CSUB keeps the game within 10 runs, then this game is not over. 14-3, Texas Tech on top. Looks like a football score. Looks like Texas Tech has 2 touchdowns and CSUB has a field goal, which will be nice. The pitch to Bennett. That's going to be grounded to second. Thrown to first. Easy out. Easy out. That's the first out on 3 pitches as we had a pitching change. Johnny Lowe coming into the game. But Bennett grounding out to Lopez, throws it to Villanueva. So that's 1 out. Now it's going to be Elijah Pelayo at bat for Bakersfield. They really let the game slip out of hand in that inning. Pelayo his first pitch. That's going to be a strike. That's in the zone. 0-1 the count. Johnny Lowe for Texas Tech. Johnny Lowe. That pitch is outside. 1-1. 5 2/3 inning pitched for him, giving up 5 runs. He has 7 Ks, however, so he puts away batters. The 1-1 pitch, that's going to be a swinging strike, 1-2. And it looks like it's a scorching day in Lubbock. That's the 1-2. Ball gets thrown to Pelayo. This will be outside, 2-2. Runners trying to keep the game within 10 here at the top of the 6th. But Texas Tech just getting a ton of runs in. That's going to be a single to right field. So Pelayo's going to get on base. Giving the runners their 4th hit of the night. I keep saying night. It's day. 4th hit of the day. Texas Tech, before that inning, I couldn't remember. It was a single-digit hit tally. But after that fifth inning? After that 5th inning, Texas Tech, 15 hits. So they went off. At bat's going to be Nick Mascaro. The pitch. That's going to be hit, and it's going to be dropped by the center fielder. He had an easy play on it, but he wasn't able to put the ball in the glove. So now it's going to be a fielding error, and there's going to be runners on 2nd and 3rd. So now CSUB, with 1 out, has a chance to lower the gap. And it just looks like he lost track of that ball. The ball even hit the glove. It hit the outside part of the glove, but once Pelayo saw that ball hop out, he bolted towards 3rd. That brings up Thompson. Thompson could do some damage here. That ball's outside, but it's called a strike. It's ruled a fielding error by Jesse Rusinek. So it's 0-1 to Thompson. The pitch is going to be swinging. That's going to be a swinging strike. So it's 0-2. Definitely don't want to come out of this with no runs. This is a great spot if you're a CSUB. Now, you don't take the score into consideration, but when it's talked about in situational terms, situational hitting is very important. The pitch, and he struck him out. He struck him out on 3 pitches. That'll bring up Carter Jorgensen, the catcher for Cal State Bakersfield. Jorgensen getting his first hit of the year, bringing his batting average up to a 125, getting a single and scoring. Can he get another hit and bring in 2 runners? Top of the 6th. The pitch, it's going to be fouled into the net for strike 1. The Roadrunner catcher trying to get some runs on the board for CSUB. Make it a streak of where they got runs. That's going to be in the zone for strike 2. So this could also be a quick 3-pitch out if you're Texas Tech. Jorgensen in a big spot here. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Jorgensen grounds it right to the second baseman. No runs are going to score as it's thrown to first, and that's going to do it. CSUB strands people on 2nd and 3rd. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. We'll be right back. And we're back for the bottom of the sixth. This could be our second to last inning. So, especially if CSUB doesn't get any runs. And Sal Bolivar is going to stay on the mound. The pitch, that's going to be hit to right, deep, gone, foul. I can't tell from the angle. That was foul. That was foul. There we go. The last play of this game was that Carter Jorgensen ground out to second. That's going to be a strike for Caden Ferraro. That evens up the count at 2-2. Bolivar staying out there. Bolivar with the ERA of 17. And that's going to be fouled back into the seats. He has an ERA of 17.18. Today he's only thrown 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 runs. As that pitch is going to be low, and that's going to be a 3-2 count for Ferraro. Yes, and in terms of the season, this is his 3rd complete inning that's about to be pitched. The pitch to Ferraro, and that's going to be fouled back. Trying to hang in there was Ferraro. Ferraro already getting on base twice. He can make it 3 times, he does. So it's going to be walked. That's going to bring a Red Raider to first base. And Cal State Bakersfield just looking to not give up any runs this inning. Of course, knock on wood. As Quintanar is going to come up to the plate for Texas Tech with the person on first. Bolivar's first pitch. That's going to be way inside for ball one. Almost hit him. It's insane how quickly of a game this flipped. Going into the bottom of the fifth, game was tied 3-3, and then it completely fell out of hand. That next pitch is going to be a ball for a 2-0 count as the score bug for ESPN disappeared randomly. As we reach 2 hours and 14 minutes of game time. The pitch, that's going to be hit high right to Mascaro, and he's going to be able to get him for the first out. Throws it to the cutoff Pelayo, and Ferraro goes back to first. At bat next is going to be Davis Rivers. Rivers scoring twice today, if I'm not mistaken. Scoring once today, having 2 RBIs and a walk. The pitch from Bolivar is going to be fouled into the net. There's a potential for it to stay in play, but it didn't. As the same defensive lineup stays out there for CSUB in this bottom of the 6th. And again, we don't want to emphasize enough, the run rule is in effect, with CSUB being down by 11. The pitch to be also fouled back, so it's going to be 0-2. As the commentators talk about how beautiful it is in Texas right now. About have the same temperature here as over there, surprisingly, even though we're still in February. The pitch, it's going to be low, it's going to be 1-2. Scoreboard's back up for ESPN. Ours didn't go away, so that's good. 1-2, Bolivar's 29th pitch to Davis Rivers. The pitch from Bolivar. That's in there for strike 3. Bolivar getting his first K of the day. Oh, these things have really slowed down here after that insane inning. And it looks like it might be time for Bolivar to take a little reflection on his outing here in Lubbock. So there's going to be a pitching change. So it means we'll take a commercial timeout. We'll be right back. And we're back for the bottom of the sixth as Joe Toodle's pitching. And he hits a batter. So they'll advance to first. That's pretty quick. So we're 2 outs. So this has been a game for sure. It's definitely been a game. You see the nice little graphic back there? It's pretty nice. Just trying to point at everything but the game. It's a 1-0 count. CSUB giving up 11 runs in that disastrous 5th inning. At bat's going to be Risanek with 2 outs. Got a guy on first and second. That's going to be fouled back into the net. 1-1. CSUB really hung in this game for most of it, going all the way to the 5th. They were able to tie the game at 3-3. So it's great. Great piece of hitting in that term, but going to the bottom, it really just slipped out of hand. so Risanek's 2-1. Can you yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. 2-1 from Tootle. That's way outside. 3-1. Texas Tech with a 6-3 overall record. CSU Bakersfield with a 4-6. Most likely 4-7 record. Unless they could bridge the gap. The 3-1 pitch. That's going to be line to second. Thompson throws it to first. That'll be the inning. They got out of it with no runs. So that's great. Double checking. Yeah, they did. That's good. So CSUB, they'll be up to bat next. Potentially for the last time. And we're back for the top of the 7th. Oh. There we go. It's out of frame, right? There you go. It's out of frame. Is that bat for the runner? It's going to be Yair Acevedo. He's seeing some time in this game. Pinch hitter for CSUB. With a 250 batting average. That's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 2. It could be a quick inning here. And then that potentially could end the game. They could do a nice little recap and send you guys off to whatever you guys do on Saturdays. I have no idea. What do people do on Saturdays? That's going to be a swinging strike. That's going to be thrown to first for an out. What do people do on Saturdays? There's literally nothing going on. Hang out with friends. There you go. People hang out with their friends. As this one out, and Jacob May will be coming to the plate. Story of this game is pretty simple. You hang in there with the big guns, and then the big guns go off. So, I don't know. Is it Gig'em? Is that what Texas Tech says? I think that's what Texas Tech says. That's what A&M says. There we go. I got it. The 1-0 pitch is outside. So, there you go. 1-0 for Mr. Jacob May. The pitch to May, again, that's in the zone for strike 1. So, it's 1-1. Now, I don't know how the run rule works, but I think if it's within 10, that's going to be hit deep and off the glove, so it's going to be potential for extra bases, and May's going to go to second. And I'm trying to do the math with the double. You go to 10 runs. Now, is it if you're losing by 10, the game is over? Or if you're within 10, the game is over? So it's a nice little question to ask. The NCAA run rule. As that brings up Evan Cloyd, who had an RBI double, bringing in 2 runners in that 5th inning, which seems like so long ago. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. And it's going to be 10 or more runs after the 7th inning. Okay, there we go. The pitch. Cloyd is going to hit that foul. That could have been a home run, and this game could have been extended. 0-2 to Evan Cloyd. Looking to add more RBIs to that season count. The pitch. That's also fouled off as fans flinch from the ball. That is a pretty scary seat, though, especially with the netting. You know, flinching is normal. See at a lot of hockey games and baseball and softball. I don't know about football. I don't think the football can go into the stands like that. So, no. Yeah. The 0-2 pitch to Cloyd. That's going to be grounded. Cloyd is going to be out at first. Runners down to their last out. This could potentially be it. Texas Tech by 11. So CSUB, they do score in the 5th in yesterday's game, scoring in the 3rd as well. But here it's scoring in the 1st and scoring in the 2nd. Devin Wilkes could score here. Evan Cloyd grounding out to the 3rd baseman. Here's Wilkes' first pitch. That's going to be outside. One ball. The 1-0. Devin Wilkes. 0 for 2 today. Did reach base. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung and missed. Strike one. So potential to be the final out for CSUB. Unless they could try to get some runs on the board. The pitch. That's going to be grounded to second, thrown to first. And I think that will do it. He's out at first. And that's going to be the game. Texas Tech wins the ball game 14-3, get 11 in the fifth inning. Cal State Bakersfield put up a valiant effort in the first part of the game, but sometimes the big schools, they get those big-time players to make big-time plays. So that's going to do it from our Runner Sports Network studios. For Andrew Gonzalez, producer Jacqueline Garcia, we thank you for watching on Instagram and YouTube. Thanks.